Welcome to the Love Them Knives channel. LTK here, talking to you about a Kershaw knife, the Ferrite. Hinderer design. There's all your writing on the blade, right? HCR13 MOV, made in China. Yes, it is. I like the design. That's why I got this knife. I wanted to see kind of what it was all about. I mean, first of all, it's a frame lock, flipper. I like the design. I like the blade design here. I'm a sucker for a bit of a harpoon type blade, and that's what this is. It's got kind of a coating, like a titanium colored coating on it. Steel scales. You can see the pocket clip is not a deep carry clip. You can flip it over to the left side, left and right hand side, lanyard hole. Fit and finish seems to be good overall. Assisted opening. It's a one-hander. Flipper tab. No jimping. Flies right out. It's got a little bit of a cutaway here so you can engage that lock bar. Put it right back in its place. It's actually got thumb studs, which I don't think I'd use, and I don't think it'd be terribly, well, I mean, they're usable, but a little bit more awkward than using the flipper tab, especially with the assisted opening that functions like it does. I mean, you can flick it if you want. It's not my style, but you can do it if that's what you prefer. I'm not a big fan of assisted opening. So, no. And here's your over travel stop for your lock bar. By the way, not a big fan of assisted opening. Let's see. Well, it's got a reasonable, functional edge on it from the factory. Not as sharp as some, but all right. Yeah, pretty reasonable. Seems to be a good blade that could pierce. Also, could do some good slicing chores. So really, I like the design of the blade. I like the overall design of the knife. Very nice. It's a little bit thin for me. I mean, personally. Yeah, 0.39 of an inch as far, 0.4, whatever. 10 millimeters. So, yeah, blade stock. Let's take a look. Yeah, 0.1. Let's go to 2.7 millimeters. So under 3 millimeter, fairly thin blade stock, fairly thin knife. 0.39 of an inch, maybe 0.4. Here you got your back spacers that are in black, open design. Is it centered? Yeah, the blade's centered. Hallelujah. I haven't had real good luck with blades being centered from Kershaw. This one being a point, in fact. That's the Showtime. This one being another. This is a bit off as well. This being the strobe, the Diskin design, which I like a lot better functionally because KVT, not assisted opening. Very easy to disengage the lock bar. Okay. Thick, fat handles. Good traction with the scales. So it actually really can function and feel good in the hand. As opposed to extremely thin, very slick. And look at all the nice jimping, nothing. So you got no jimping, so you got no traction for your thumb. You got no traction for your hands, really. Love the design. This just deserves like a G10 overlay with some traction on it, because it could use a little fattening up. It really could. And that would be nice. Other than that, I love the design. I mean, Kershaw, they got Hinderer doing designs. They got Diskin. They got Rexford. I mean, they got the stallions, you know, in the barn. It's just like, how are you translating these works of these masters into these, I don't know, not so functional? 3 1/4 inch, 7.5 overall, basically, which is about 19 centimeters, just a little shy of that. So as far as metrics on the length of the blade, yeah, about not quite 85 millimeters, a little shy of that. Yeah, I mean, you can disengage this lock bar. It is a true one-hander. It's an assisted. The Kershaw Link is it's a favorite of mine. And the House of Blades did an exclusive where they put S35 VN steel on it. The one big deal is it's an assisted. And I took the scales off, and I just don't like that kind of thing. And I don't know how over time that's really going to wear when you've got something that, you know, like here you got bearings, KVT, but you don't have any long wires and stuff hanging and hooked in and, you know, stuff like that. Inside the scales, you can kind of usually see how that assisted opening works, but it's not, yeah, I'm not big with that. This has just got bearings. This is not assisted. Diskin design, really cool knife, thick enough. Now let's compare size. Pretty much the same, huh? So a lot of these knives that Kershaw's making are in the 3 inch to 3 1/4 inch blade length. This one, the Showtime Rexford design, kind of in there too. A little bit smaller. It's like 2.78 inch. So smaller, assisted, not centered, difficult to disengage because it's so slick and there's no traction and no pass through here. Not big on that one at all. But this one is, well, let's talk about it. So how much money you got in your pocket? You gonna go buy a knife? That's what I think about. I'm gonna go buy a knife. I got some money in my pocket. What am I gonna do? So here's the Ferrite, 3.25, gray tie. There's the model number. $60 MSRP and $43 on sale, right? Here's your specs if you want to go back over those. Pause and read. Spear point, hollow grind. Handle length, right hand, left hand, tip up. Hinderer, the coating, carbonitride. Okay, and second page, if you're interested. There you go, affordable price. Okay, let's talk about affordable price. Okay, so $42.99. So if I had like $50 in my pocket, would I buy this knife? Nah. $45, would I buy this knife? I don't know, you know. There's just so much choice out there anymore, isn't there? How about this knife? Real steel. Made in China, just like these, right? It's a flipper. It's got bearings on the pivot. It's got Sandvik steel. A little nicer, a little bit more corrosion resistant. Oh, it's a steel that Kershaw used on a lot of their knives in the past, so hello there. Pass through, traction, disengage, not a problem. Beautiful. Feels good. Got a lockout for when you've got it open to keep this from disengaging, which is good for a hard working knife. Beautiful design. Feels great in the hand. What's wrong with this knife? Nothing. Which one am I going to buy? I'm going to buy this one. No assisted opening. Easy to disengage. Nicer steel. You know? That's what I'm saying. Oh, how about this knife? In the same price range. Well, it's a bigger knife. Needle bearings, carbon fiber. What a dream. Sandvik steel, satin. Incredible. Beautiful knife. Or, you know, could we go down this road? Now, yeah, you're right. This one's only about $18. So you could buy 2 of these and still have money left over. Flipper, liner lock, bearings, blued hardware, backspacer, plenty of traction, glows in the dark. I mean, you can open it either with the flipper tab or the thumb studs if you want. Real easy. 440A or 440C steel. Buoy blade design. Just saying. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of choices out there, aren't there? And the new Reike knives, or Ruike. I mean, you get the P121 green G10 scales, $34.95. This is 40 something. I like the Reike knife or Rook knife. Rake knife. They don't know how to pronounce it anymore. We're all struggling with it because it's fairly new in the market. But Real Steel and Rook, incredible knives. So now you got choices. Or you can even go down this road, right? And this road. Another Ganzo, but this one is not a flipper. It's a G-lock, like an Axis. $42. CRKT. You want to stay in the US brand? Incredible knife. I paid $41.88 for this, plus a couple bucks shipping. Wow, this is an incredible knife. IKBS bearings. Just saying. Want to go down that road? You want to stay more compact? There you go, the Fossil. Icoma design. IKBS bearings is not assisted. None of these others are assisted. You know, none of these others are so schlickster. They've all got, you know, they've all got grip on them. Just not big into that assisted. Just not. If they'd make the link without, you know, would just put KVT in it, that'd be good with me. Be good with me. I was going to show you one more knife that is the ridiculous knife, and now I'm having a hard time finding it. But I mean, here it is, San Remo. I mean, okay, this is getting insulting. What are these? $14? Great steel, great design, very sharp. Well, it's part of this company. Yeah. So there you go. But I mean, really, really inexpensive. This one's more like 50, 55, low 40s, under 20, maybe 23, 24. This is mid 40s or 43. So You know, this is like the knife I use to open packages all the time. It's a multifunctional glass breaker, cool, but you know, it's just insane. There's so many choices out there. That's what gets me is, why are we doing this? I do get this. I like this Diskin one. Can this compete? Yeah, I think this one can compete. This is $21. This is $43. I'm not getting it. This is KVT non-assisted. This is assisted opening. You know, and it's just, I don't know. With an assisted opening, it just kind of feels cheapy to me. It really does. Thin and slick. No jimping. I mean, this has got traction. Thicker, handful, stonewash. You know, more roughy-tufty, but KVT bearings, non-assisted, easy. And it still goes right hand, left hand, tip, up, deep carry. Sorry, took a lot of your time. But you know, I just start throwing these knives out and then I'm going, you know, when you're playing in this game, there's just a lot of choices. That's all I'm trying to say. There's a lot of choices. A lot of choices. So you got $50 in your pocket. What are you going to buy? Maybe we'll get some comments in the comment section. Maybe it won't be any of these. You know? Maybe it'll be, yeah, something like that. I'm just saying, they're all in the game, aren't they? There's a lot of choices out there. And you know what? There's some good knives. It's a real competitive marketplace. And the people that win are the consumers. They really are. All right, my friends. Thank you for hanging in there. It's been fun. We love them knives. All of them. Stay sharp.